Hello, welcome to AXN. Today I'm so happy because I'm going to have a nice chat with Alfred Enoch and Jack Falahi for how to get away with murder. So, hello guys, thank you for coming.
No, thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Thank you for staying here. Is your first time in Madrid or?
It's my second time.
Second time.
Yeah.
Okay.
We were in Spain for New Year's this year.
We were. That was a nice way to bring in the New Year's.
Here.
Yeah, with Las Uvas.
Wow.
That was fun.
Yeah. We were in Santander for New Year's, but I was in Madrid right before that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I hadn't been for a long time, but I have been sort of a good handful of times before. But it's been a little while. So
okay, so today is really hot.
It's very hot.
It's very hot today.
It's difficult
but
coming
the
from
here is
England.
okay. So, how has it been for you to play these characters in the series?
Yeah, I mean, it's great in so many ways. This job doing How to Get Away with Murder because it's it's a good story. We get interesting things to do. We like the people we work with, and you get people who work very committedly, and with great quality. Not least Viola, but the rest of the cast.
Yeah.
So there's so much about it that makes it an ideal job.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the really particularly nice things is that we all get on very well because you do a network television show, and in our case, you shoot 7 months of the year, and you're working long days. It's important that there's an understanding between people and
get on well with
people get on well. Exactly.
Sure.
So so it's been great. Except it comes with its challenges, but
nice. It has to be nice because otherwise, I mean. A mess.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something.
Totally.
You're every day in a row.
Yeah.
But I think we're incredibly lucky in that respect that we have such a sort of cohesive group.
No.
So.
Yeah, it's nice too being able to go back to the character. We shoot for 7 months, and then we get to go away and
then stop for a while, and then you go back.
Yeah, and then you get to go back, and so you're sort of visiting your character over the span of years and learning new things about them, and I really enjoyed that aspect of it as well.
That is quite cool. That's something that for me was very new, and just being able to stay with the character through, a little arc and then another little arc, and building towards a sort of wider story, and that the possibilities in that are interesting.
Yeah. So do you have to train a lot as an actor?
Yeah.
So how training?
You should.
You should. But you have. I mean.
Yeah. A lot of people don't.
Some people just chance their arm.
Yeah.
But our cast is, I think we're unique maybe in that most everyone on our show is classically trained in some way.
Good.
Except for me.
Except for him.
So you don't.
But I'm English. So
you can tell.
Right.
So you study
exactly.
lines, and that's it.
Yeah,
you fooled everyone this far.
Exactly. You sort of think, he sounds like he probably
So you
knows
put
that.
your lines on the floor, and then it's
I'm
like, okay,
just
what I
making
have
it
to?
up as I go along. I shouldn't have confessed that. We can cut that bit out.
So, for example, what is your daily routine when you are on a set? I mean, from what time to time? So you have to.
That's good. Yeah.
What do you do?
We shoot quite long days. Usually, we're on set maybe 10 hours, 12 hours at the most, but
every day?
Surely we've done longer days than that.
I mean, we have done, but few and far between.
Usually about 12-hour days.
Just
12-hour days.
Hours, a long
yeah,
day.
during the week, Monday through Friday. And we start quite early, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. But yeah, I mean, you get there, you start going through hair and makeup, and then we all kind of then we go to a rehearsal with the director, and the director changes each episode usually, so that's quite fun that we get to, nice. Work with different directors.
Okay.
Who approach it in slightly different ways. It's nice to have that, especially when you're doing it over a long period, nice to have that change up.
So we all show up to rehearsal in various states of preparedness. Elfie usually shows up with, a donut in his hand.
That's key to my preparation.
Or maybe some cereal that he's trying to scarf down before we start working.
Before I have to say anything.
Okay, it's not so bad. I mean, sounds like
it's
10 hours, but okay, you can give me even more hours, whatever, because it sounds so funny.
Right. True, we should go for a different approach. Well, I wake up early to do my accent work every day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Because, I'm English, I talk like this. But on the show, I play an American character, so...
Okay.
Yes. So that's one of the challenges for me. So every morning I do, about what comes to almost 20 minutes of dialect walk.
Okay, so you have a coach or something like that, a teacher?
I do have a coach who I work with, but she used to be on set, but then they decided that I didn't need the stabilizers anymore, so I worked with her before the episode, and then I'm on set sort of on my own, listening to for the first couple of times. I was just there like, I think that sounded, I was like, Jack, because Jack's got very good. I was like, Jack. I was like, did that sound? He was like, I think you're fine, or like, watch out for that.
I think you're really
Make sure
good
they don't use that tape.
with your accent.
We share a trailer. Well, his room is next to mine, and so I have the pleasure of every morning hearing him yell his dialect work.
Yell it. Yeah,
Quickly, get out of the house! Quickly, get out of the house! Quickly, get out of the house! It's terrible.
Yes, that's probably.
How's that for a drill? Quickly, get out.
I know, I like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that's
Try
like.
it. Yeah.
I'll try it. I'll bring that in new for this season. People will be like, what's wrong? The accent's gone completely off.
What's happening there?
Yeah, exactly. It was Jack. Obviously, for each of us, we have little things that we do, sort of either to prepare for a day's shooting or for like the prepare a text and learn your lines and get them learned, or do the work that you individually want to do to sort of get to where you need to be in the scene.
Yeah.
So,
but after that, it's quite fun. After all that, yeah.
Sounds really fun.
It really is.
Now, I have a question. It's not so fun.
Oh.
How is Annalise? Is as hard as in the series or not?
Oh, how's Viola? Well, Annalise
Viola,
is
yes.
horrendous.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, Annalise is kind of the worst.
Really?
Oh, no. Viola's wonderful.
But yeah, Viola.
No, Viola. Well, okay.
But
Viola.
Annalise Keating
Annalise is hard. I mean,
Yes.
She's a twisted,
really hard.
difficult. Just people sort of say, "Oh, but she's amazing," blah blah blah. And there have been things that have happened over the course of the show that sometimes people in the street who I've talked to about the show say things like, "Oh, but I can't believe that happened because Annalise, blah blah blah." That people really get behind her, which is a testament to Viola's work and the way the series put together as well. That people are sort of brought in by this character that's very sort of morally ambiguous.
Yeah.
But I always say yes, but she'd be an awful employer. If you were going to work and this lady was your boss,
best.
Yes.
you'd be having a horrendous time. I mean, that's not.
Yeah.
No one needs that in the
But
workplace.
people like that. I mean, people like seeing like the anti-hero now.
Yes, that's good. I think that's great. 'Cause,
Yeah.
the narrative possibilities of embracing a character that doesn't have to be sympathetic are, huge. And that's one of the things I think our show plays with a fair bit.
And have you ever had a teacher like her at the university? So hard? I mean, No.
No, like that.
Like that? I mean, because I had one,
come
so
on.
I think everybody has one. Yeah, a math teacher.
I had a teacher. I had a teacher
I'm
that
really
was
bad at numbers since then.
So that was since then.
Yeah, since then.
Psychological trauma.
one of my acting teachers was quite difficult. Like
Everybody
like
has.
would sort of pit us against each other and created
Right.
sort of a cutthroat competitive.
Look.
Which is
That's
bizarre.
interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like from friends of mine who are real actors, not just like me,
Yeah.
who trained.
Everybody
That
has.
they seem to have
one.
encountered more of that. But I'm sort of thinking I never had anything too. My teachers were all very nice and fun. Well, yes, they were all nice and fun. Actually. Some had unusual methods, but that made it all the more
Hard
interesting.
ones. So now you are finished, or you are shooting the third season, because I don't know yet. I'm not quite sure.
Start the
No,
third
we
season in a few weeks.
Yeah.
In a few weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
About to
So
start.
why we have to watch it? Why tell us something interesting?
I think he knows more about the third season.
Tell us,
than
I don't
do.
know, like
So
a little, like
Why
a little
watch
gossip.
the third season?
Yeah, why? Tell us a gossip.
The third
Jack or
season.
something.
Well, I'm excited for the third season. Speaking of teachers and Annalise's methods, the third season, there's so much drama in the show, and there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it has us, as a result, running around a lot. But the third season, I think, is gonna sort of, zoom in a bit on us as characters, and we're going to be back in the classroom, and
oh, really?
you know, like all these. We're there to go to law school, and we haven't been doing ostensibly, and we haven't been doing a lot of that. So I think that from what I've heard, the third season is going to be, us sort of getting back on track, back in school, focusing on our goals and aspirations.
Oh, okay.
Which I think will be interesting to maybe there'll be new students.
So you come back to the university.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean technically we haven't left.
Yeah,
but we haven't really been in class, and I think that
not much.
Yeah, we're in a new
Understandable.
We're in a new class in the third season, I think.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean I'm excited to see just what happens next. Do you know what I mean? I mean I'm the most basic because I really don't have a clue.
Okay.
I went back off to England and I've been doing English things. And I sort of go back to the States and sort of immerse myself into this crazy world. So, I'm sort of excited to see where the story goes from there, because what we end up doing is we create the writers fantastically sort of create so many tense situations and complicated relationships that you sort of think, well, how on earth does it go on from here? And so I'm always interested reading the scripts to see how they resolve those things and, what they explore and there's always the potential that something could come to the surface and that can change the whole dynamic or whatever. So the stakes are still high, and the flip side of that is that you get these characters trying to continue with their lives because they have to, I guess.
Yeah, it has to be like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have some kind of questions from the audience from Facebook. So the first one is, who do you think is the best actor in the show cast?
In the cast?
Yeah, the cast.
Me.
The best.
Easy.
Why? Yeah.
I mean, aside from ourselves, removed.
Ourselves excluded.
Yeah, excluded. I mean, probably Viola, right?
This is an easy answer, I mean. I know that, Viola, and you are going to say the same.
I mean, I find this
it's a funny question.
An impossible question, because I don't know. I mean,
just say Viola. It's a safe out.
It's a safe out. It's a safe out. I mean, there are a lot of fantastic. I mean, I really think I've been watching the first season. I'm just going to say again.
He's never seen it.
No,
I know.
I'm behind.
No, are you okay?
I'm catching up.
Well,
Because I do everything very slowly. So, I've just got to episode 10 of season 1 and I'm like, this is pretty good. This is exciting. So, it's nice to have a bit of distance because then you can watch it with fresh eyes.
Yeah, of course.
But really, I think that is one of the things that struck me. I was like, I said this the other day, I was like, everyone does really good work on this. And I think that's such an asset of the show. So that the performances are as committed and as, sort of detailed and specific as they are. So I'm sort of loath to say X is the and also, you can't, I mean, that's the nature of the
giving out accolades for art, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like her Emmy doesn't count.
The best performance.
Yeah.
So-and-so won the best actor at the Oscars.
Yeah.
What? It's subjective. It's inherently subjective. That's the first problem. Secondly, it's not a competition. It's not like you've run the 100 meters and you've done it faster than everyone else, or
it's
you've
so
scored more
different
goals than the other
acting
team.
So different.
It's about working together and creating a world. And we have different roles, and some actors will have parts that suit them very well. Some actors will have parts which, are a big departure for them, and they can make that work, sometimes more successfully, less successfully. But that's,
I'm going to remind you of this when you're nominated for an Oscar. It doesn't count.
Okay.
What is it? An Olivier Award, maybe? That'd probably mean more to you.
Well, we might have to remind someone else about that.
True.
Okay, and what is your favorite episode so far, and why?
Ooh.
My favorite to film was the pilot. Just because.
Really? The pilot has to be really. You have to be really eager to do it. Or something,
of course.
But also the way we got to do it.
But the way we got to do it was very exciting because we were shooting in Philadelphia, and we hadn't met. It was the first time at it. Everybody. It was winter. I mean, we were really there. It was kind of like I don't know.
It was fantastic. It was really exciting because it had all that, you know, on the one hand, it had that sort of nervous energy of something new.
Something
and
new.
certainly for me, I was like, I'd never met anyone, like not even for my audition, like I auditioned, you know, on video, essentially.
Okay. Oh,
So I
right.
really,
Yeah.
like, I turned up in Philadelphia. I didn't even know if I could do the accent. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I was terrified.
That first table read, right?
Oh God!
Yeah.
Because basically, in the work I'd done previously, a table read is you sit round and you read it so people can hear what it sounds like.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Whereas I remember Asia said to me the night before, it was something like the night before we start the table read, she said, she was like, I'm going for an early night. I was like, it's like 9 o'clock. What are you talking? Who goes to bed at 9 o'clock? She was like, table read tomorrow. I was like, yes, it's a read through. Do you know what I mean? And she just went, oh, people get fired at the read through.
Yeah.
I was like, this is where they lose the English actor who can't do the accent.
Right.
They sort of cast on a whim. I was like, this is it. This is where I get on the plane back home. I was terrified. So I, you know, that morning I woke up like at 6 in the morning and did like 2 hours of accent exercises.
2 hours of accent.
But I mean, we had the script for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember I arrived in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I knew my lines.
Okay.
Like,
Did you?
Yeah, I think
You showed up and you were
I was off book, I think. Pretty.
too prepared, one would say.
They teach you not to do that.
Right, yeah, no, if you went to acting school, you would have learned.
I would've known.
Maybe don't learn all your lines.
But you know, I had done sort of the kind of work on it that I would do for, like, you know, I don't know, a play or something where you have more time. That's one of the luxuries of, you know, doing. That's one of the luxuries we don't get on our job, which is one of the challenges of it. And exciting things come of that.
Yeah.
But it was nice to sort of have that time, being able to sort of set up the characters in that way.
Yeah,
and
that's
have the
true.
time to shoot it as well.
Right, we shot the pilot, I mean, we shot it over a month,
It was
maybe?
almost a month. It was
For a
3
month?
weeks.
Yeah.
It's a pilot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long time.
It was
It is a long
fantastic.
time. Whereas, you know, now we shoot episodes in 9 days, I think.
10 days.
So it's
Yeah,
quite quick.
fast.
yeah.
So the time we had,
Yeah.
and also to
Now
get
it's
to know
quicker.
each
What
other.
the first one? Yeah.
It was what?
Yeah. Now it's quicker. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
you're
for
shooting
sure.
was in a really on a
We've
fast
sort
way.
of, the template's been established.
Yeah.
But I think it was really beneficial for us as well, because, you know, if you think of the character work that you set up, approaching a text for the first time,
yeah, you need.
really,
Yeah, you're right.
Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
need, it's different. We know, like, going back to it, we know our characters and we've worked things out. So I probably agree with Jack there. That probably was the most fun to shoot. But recently, just out of the ones I've seen, really liked episode 10 of
season 1.
Oh, good there.
I don't remember what happens.
There's the thing at the police station.
What thing at the police station?
Well, I'm trying to. Should I not give a spoiler? Has
They've seen
everyone
season
it?
1.
No, yeah, you can
Oh, I
say
can say
it. Yeah.
When you get, like, you and Age, well, Connor and Michaela want to go to the police station.
Oh,
and
yeah,
Laurel-
and then Annalise comes up with Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
yeah,
like
that is a
that.
good episode.
Really like that.
And the funniest thing, tell us something about the funniest thing.
Funniest thing?
Yeah. During filming.
Matt McGorry.
McGorry?
Yeah,
Matt
McGorry.
What?
Is it called Matt McGorry?
He's
that?
quite funny.
He's the funniest thing in filming.
I don't know. I mean, we have a laugh on set.
We do have.
Or choose one, or I don't know, whatever. Something
We
really,
had some
really,
very
really.
good. You know what? And again, watching them again, I remember things. I'm like, I remember that. That was.
So you watching, you're remembering things. I mean,
Yes,
while
as
you're
we
watching,
shot
it's
it.
like,
I was like, that took us a long time because we found that really funny.
Yeah.
That bit where Michaela says, I remember everything. You remember? I went to medical school. I still remember everything.
I remember everything. Yeah.
Which
we like to make fun of each other's characters a lot.
Yeah.
And like Michaela is kind of, I mean, she's a bit annoying sometimes, you know. And so she's always like, I'm Michaela, and we just can't take it seriously at times. And Asia, you know, her commitment to her character, she won't find the humor in some of the things that Michaela says, and so we have to, you know, we're in stitches laughing at the absurdity of
the notion that someone went to medical school and remembers everything.
Yeah, I went to medical school. I remember everything. What?
And we were like, that's obviously a funny line. She was like, no, I think she does remember everything. And we were like, come on, how could that's not? What do you mean?
That's
you
not
think
possible.
She remember everything? And actually watching that again, I saw there's this great bit where she says, I remember everything, and we're sort of all a bit skeptical. And I think we managed to get one where we're not just going like,
Yeah,
I probably do that.
We have a really bad habit whenever we're shooting the court scenes, you know, and like Viola is doing this beautiful job, and she's arguing for justice, and then it cuts to the five of us in the courtroom, and we're all just trying to stay awake. We're like, because we're there for 12 hours, and it's warm. And like we're not, under the lights. And we're not doing anything. Doing very much. And so we're all kind of like nodding off and like trying to, like Viola Davis is acting in front. We're gonna get fired. I'm gonna get fired if I fall asleep. But I think if you really watch the show, there's certain when we're in the background, there's certainly scenes of us asleep.
I was quite.
I think people should look out for it.
Surely
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it again.
There's no way that they've gone through the entire season and not gotten a frame of one of us asleep in the background.
Probably one of our cast has a particular problem. We won't
say who.
That has a particular. I think they say koala bears sleep 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
I think this person would probably challenge that if left to their own devices.
Koala bear in a past life, maybe.
Koala bear in a past life. But I mean, I was just thinking that time I found I had to say Pedro
Hortua. Yeah. That was a tongue twister, for her.
Exactly. When people get stuck on something, they have to sort of say something, and
it takes you 15 takes just to say a name.
Oh my God, 15 takes.
Wow. I know, that's why we were laughing.
Because when the name of the guy was Pedro Hortua.
Yeah.
And she kept saying Pedro Hortua or something, or Hortua.
Yeah.
And she just couldn't get it for some reason. But the problem with that is that, so it was funny in itself that she sort of very committedly tried to say the name, but couldn't. But there was a build-up, I remember this so clearly. She basically says something and someone passes her a piece of paper. So Liza, who plays Bonnie, basically sits there and she goes, was it true that you met this man? And she slides the piece of paper, so it's like a little drum roll. Basically, here we go, she's going to try and say the name. Is she going to do it? She passed it around and she went, Pedro. And we're already laughing, do you know what I mean? Because when you've got that moment, it's like, here comes the paper, here comes the moment, and you can see, you just know.
You know she's going to mess up. And that's the problem, is like we're shooting such serious stuff. It's so dramatic, and we're ruining half the takes because we're laughing.
That's court stuff is
it's really challenging.
Difficult. And
more of that this year, maybe.
Oh goodness. Get our heads on.
And did you learn anything about law so far?
I mean,
you have to words.
Not really.
I wonder if our characters have learned much.
We get that question a lot, but we're never actually studying, or they're never.
There's study about some kind of names, wherever meanings by
mens rea. I can't remember what it is. I said that in the pilot episode. I can't remember what it is.
At least the word or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's funny. I remember watching an interview with someone from the Grey's Anatomy cast, and they were asking them if they learn anything about medicine.
Yeah.
And they kind of looked at them and they were like, well, no. I'm just memorizing the lines and saying them.
So do you the same, memorize?
I'm not a doctor.
I mean, I think it would be different if the show was dealing with the very in-depth.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? If the show was about sort of, redrafting of legislation, and it was really dense.
Yeah.
Right.
You'd have to sort of inform yourself, because that's
right.
Do you know what I mean? Those are but the real sort of parameters of our show are, dead bodies. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
And sex.
It'd
be funny if we should all sit down and take the LSAT and see how we do. See if any of us pass. We won't. Spoiler, we don't.
Asia would revise.
Yeah, Asia would actually study for the LSAT. Yeah.
That is a great idea.
Yeah.
And do you have to keep secrets about the series between you? I mean, for example,
between
something.
Each other.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you can tell.
Yes, it has happened. Well, like for instance, I mean, not really, kind of. Like Katie knew that she was gonna die, right? Who played Rebecca.
Yes.
So like, but it's not really keeping secrets, I suppose.
No, it's not. Yes. It's more that, you know, we can't tell you everything that's going to happen in season 3.
Yeah, because you can tell
But we
him
can talk
what's going to happen,
ourselves.
because
Yeah.
otherwise it's not, you know, you're filming, you're shooting, so you know your things, you know your lines.
We pretty much know everything at the same time,
we
but
do,
when we
yeah.
get new scripts, when we get
Mm-hmm.
new scripts, you know, sometimes we'll get them in the middle of a workday, so we'll be shooting, and you know, we can't read the new script, so
Mm-hmm.
we all, you know, sort of run to whoever reads it first to figure out if maybe we die, you know?
There are conversations on like the group thread being like, what about that, blah, 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 and you're just like, oh no, I have to read it. I have to read it now. It's like that, something that just alarms you. You think, what they put in the script? Or...
Yeah, wow, page 67. Ooh. what happens on page 67? Am I dead?
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah. Back to London, Elf. Yeah.
So now I have the last question for the audience from Twitter, I think. What do you have in common with your characters? Do you have something in common with them?
Fantastic abs.
Oh man, I don't know. You
first.
Yes, I'll try. Okay, I'll give you a bit of time. What I have in common with my character? I think I am principled.
Yeah.
But I don't think I'm as good as sticking to my principles. That's one of the things I admire about
that's
my
good.
characters. I think of myself as principled, but you know, he's more uncompromising and follow them. I'm quite uncompromising, but I think that's just because I'm stubborn. So that's
Okay, you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's me. So that's less good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think he's more committed. I'm just more difficult.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I would never have thought of that, but you are much more stubborn than Wes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's saying a lot, you know?
Let's say that.
I would. I'm trying to think of like the nicest way, like to paint me in the best light. It's like Connor's so terrible. I think that I expect a lot of people, just like Connor.
You, the same, like your character, like Connor.
I expect a lot of people.
That's a wonderful.
Pretty good,
euphemism.
right?
That's good.
Poetic even.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Good work.
Just like me saying I'm an asshole. Yeah. Yeah. I expect a lot of people.
It's good. Yeah. It's good.
Okay, guys, so thank you very much for
thank you.
coming here.
Thanks for having
It's
us.
been a pleasure to having you here. And I mean, that's it. So thank you guys for watching us, and have a nice day. And thank you guys for staying here.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.